Yo, what's going on, guys? Fortune Mesh here, and welcome to another video. And today we will be explaining this beautiful trade going long, taking our full position out there. And our first trade was just there, the first presented VG, and we took a loss, which was a small loss because we adjusted stop loss. So we had another trade going higher, taking our full position out. So let's explain it real quick. So let's start at the 4-hour chart. This is what we have. So we have this range low here and range high, and price retraced back into the range, reacting on this 4-hour BC, which is in discount. So we had a beautiful reaction here, respecting the midpoint of the BC going higher, and we left this down close candle here being our order block. So this is our bullish order block. Price here retraced back into this range low and high, going into that order block, and we had a beautiful reaction high. So what I wanted to see is if price now will react on this down close candle, which is now our bullish order block, to then find support higher. Now let's move to the hourly chart. When we get to the hourly chart, what we could actually see, remember the first trade I was going short. I was going short aiming for the lows that we have here. But it was a bad trade because I was aiming for the lows here, but in reality, if you check here, we had a lot of back and forth before price went higher. So this is a balanced price range. And also, if you anchor a fib from this range low to the range high, you could actually see that we retraced back into equilibrium and failed to go lower because this is a balanced price range and we're going higher now, aiming for the relative equal highs. So my mistake was just seeing price trade below this BC here, and I looked to see this act as resistance to then see price continue lower. And I was actually aiming for the relative equal lows that we have here. Let me just show you real quick. So we have relative equal lows here. So if my short entry was just going okay, this was going to be my take profit. But unfortunately, I realized that it was wrong, and price retraced and gone and went higher. I mean. So now let's move to the lower time frame to see how we took the long trade going higher. I was actually aiming for the relative equal highs and potentially reaching the Friday high that we had there. Now let's move to the lower time frame. So this is what we had, and this is how we took the trade. So remember, we took a loss going short there, then which was a small loss. Then we took a long from here going into the M15 FVG, potentially reaching the relative equal highs and the Friday high. So remember, using Fortune's model, midnight open is important to you, and the 9:30 opening bell, how we open, is just really important to you. So pre-market, as we can see, price is just going lower. So who has been making money from there? The sellers have been making money, right? So chasing it lower here, I felt like I am part of them. So price has just been going lower, and we should pay attention to how also we open at the 9:30. Price went a little bit more higher, then went lower. So we could expect to see this be our deceptive move. But what do we have here? We have our 4-hour order block where price could likely react on. So we expected to see support here. And when we see that happen, also we have this M15 BC. If you can check on the M15, this was nicely reacted on. Let me just show you real quick. See, this is the BC that we had there, and we had a beautiful reaction because the body is closed above it. So now let's move to the 1 hour. Okay, the 1 minute, I mean. So now we react into that 4-hour order block and continue going higher. But what do we leave here? The two down close consecutive candles being our change in state of delivery, and also an FVG just right there, which could be a really nice reaction for an entry. So we took our entry there, then went higher. When price is just going higher, what do we leave here? This down close candle. I looked to see now price trade above the first presented FVG before we could move break even, because now we would expect to see the first presented FVG act as support, and price just After trading above the first presented FVG, we went a little bit there, respected just the high of the first presented FVG, then we moved higher. And I really liked how it moved just right there, because now we are rushing to take everyone out who was just going short at this moment at pre-market. So this is how we trade using Fortune's model. You wait to see how the midnight open prices just been moving, and also how we open at the 9:30 opening bell. Where are we going to form our deceptive move? So this is our deceptive move, finding support at the 4 hour order block and moving higher, changes date of delivery, FVG, nice entry there, then we move more higher. So the question is, why did I take my entry here, take out my entry here? We have this range high and range low. So price here is in premium. And what do we have in premium? We have this FVG in premium. What do we know about PDRS in premium? We could likely see price reject from them. So in this case, price is just taking longer to move above the FVG that we have here. So this is why I decided to just take out my position fully. And still, I'm still looking to see if we could take out the buy side liquidity. But yeah, I feel like this was a good decision, because now price has just been moving really bad at that FVG. And that's it from me. So this is the trade that we had today. If you found this insightful, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And in the comments, you could ask any question and I'll make sure to answer that. And also, if you would like to join us for the live streams, link is down in the description. Thank you for watching this, and be safe, man. Peace out.